What's up, guys? Want to come to you and talk to you about the Flash season finale, which was awesome. So we then had this season, which I think is season 4. We finally had a villain that didn't have speed as his ability. So who do we have first? We had Reverse Flash, and then we had um, uh, what's his name? Hunter Zolomon. And then we had Zoom, and now we finally had someone that was not a Flash. Um, don't get me wrong, I like all those characters. Um, Savitar, not Zoom. So Zoom, then Savitar. I get it right eventually. Um, so uh, we had the Thinker, and this um, this season has been really good. I thought. I feel like one thing haven't enjoyed as much about the Arrowverse this year has been, I felt like the entire seasons were dedicated to like the plot, I guess. I felt Flash did pretty well with that. So like in the others, like every episode was like fighting the same villain over and over and over again. I felt like I wanted more diversity in that. Like I wanted more different kinds of characters, and Flash gave it to us. We still had the Thinker in the background. They probably did the best at jumping back and forth. And I think the Flash is probably my favorite of the characters so far, or the TV shows on CW so far. Um, I mean, I like Arrow and Legends and Supergirl, Black Lightning. I like those. I'm excited about Titans, so that'll be fun. But I don't know. We'll see. But this season finale. So I'm gonna jump into spoilers. So if you haven't seen it, go watch it. It's great. Um, so we find out that who couldn't have guessed that his wife would turn on him. That was easy. I knew that from the. I think one of the most compelling episodes was the one where she's finding out over and over again that he's drugging her, and he keeps rewiping her memory. That was awesome. That was an excellent episode. Um, Another episode that I really loved was the one with the country singer girl that Ralph falls in love with. Man, that was heartbreaking. That was heartbreaking. Only to be superseded by the one where he dies. Oh, hits you right in the feels. And then another great development was having Harrison Wells lose his memory for the last few episodes. That was great. Man, that actor is so good. So good. He's done so many different versions of his own character. It is great. It is great. I'm curious to see what they're going to do next. I'm excited to see that he might have feelings in the next season. So, because I really loved HR from last season, and I was sad to see him die. You always feel like when the Welleses show up, like you're like, these guys really drawn to them. And yeah, I mean, I predicted that HR would die last season too. So I feel like some of the seasons are somewhat easy to predict because there was an episode like, I don't know, 5 episodes before the finale last season where season 3 where they used the face disguise device again just to make sure that you knew that it was coming up. Yeah, it's not a mistake. And as soon as I saw it, I was like, "That's how it's gonna happen." I was like, somebody, and I guess it would be HR. I was like, of course they're just gonna kill the HR character because they can kill him, and I felt like it would have been more interesting, although I didn't want it to happen. If Detective West died, because he's such a solid character. It would really mean something if he died. With HR, you're just like, it means a lot because we love the character for that season, but at the same time, we'll just get another Harrison Wells, and whatever. But had a different story with him losing his memory because I mean I figured they would figure out a way to get it back. Although I wasn't sure. Like I thought it would be interesting to see him for a little while struggling, but no, that was beautiful. The way they cared for each other during that time, and man, it was really touching. I really loved Harrison Wells in this season, but and the fact that the thinker was always had predicted every single outcome, that was great, except for love. And as soon as they started tying in the distinction between thinking and feeling, I was like, the way that Flash is going to beat him is through love, because he loves his companions and he cares for people. And so I felt like the whole season they were trying to outthink the thinker when really they needed to outfeel the thinker. And not that they didn't need to use both, but they needed a balance. So yeah, but I loved it. It was great. We finally got to see Nora Allen. That was great. I'm hoping that her twin brother will be there, because Barry has twins, the Tornado Twins, if I'm not mistaken. My friend Lewis will correct me if it's wrong, but yeah. So, but yeah, I think they're named Don and Dawn, like Don and Dawn, which is dumb, but whatever. It was fine back when it was created, I guess. But anyways, I'm fine with a name change, so that works great. I like Nora a lot better. So that was cool. I really loved when Nora jumps in, and pretty sure it was Nora. Pretty sure that's what she said her name was. I really loved it when she ran up with the purple lightning, just like her mom, and punched the satellite with Barry. That was beautiful. And I'm glad that she finally introduced herself. I knew who she was. I knew that she was probably going to be Barry's daughter. I was hoping that it wasn't going to be Detective West's daughter that was just born, because that would make no sense for her to have Speed Force powers. But Barry Allen's kids, of course, they're going to have Speed Force powers, and I'm interested to see how different they are. So that'll be cool. I loved how they tied in Wally West at the end, saying that he's finally found himself, and it's true. Like, he's found a way to be himself that's not living in Barry's shadow, which is exactly right. The only way to not be in Barry's shadow is for Barry to die, which I don't think they'll do. Because there is a story, if you don't know, where Barry Allen gives up his life to save the universe. And Wally West ends up taking his place and becoming the Flash. And they kind of hinted at that during, what was it, between season 2 and 3. Barry Allen keeps going into the Speed Force and popping back out the next season. So I was glad he didn't disappear into the Speed Force again for the third time. So, yay. And then I think he starts off season 3 with being in the Speed Force. Starts off season 3, Barry's in the Speed Force and Wally West is the Flash. So that was cool. But anyways, so I was excited to see Barry's daughter show up. I'm hoping she has a twin brother. That'd be awesome. He just didn't come, and she's kind of playing like the Bart Allen storyline. I think I'm betting he was supposed to die there, and she saved him, and now it's messing up the future. So that's probably what happened, I think, because that's kind of Bart Allen's story. Like, he comes from the future. He's the grandson of Barry Allen, and he's coming back to save Barry Allen, and in the future. Or at least that's one of the stories of Bart Allen. The one, if you watch the Young Justice TV show, that's what he's doing. Which you haven't seen the Young Justice TV show, is awesome. Plug that in there. So, anyways, but I loved it. It was great. I like that uh, the Thinker had killed his good side. Um, so that was really interesting because obviously he's gonna kill good guy. I will say I predicted that uh, just blanked on his name. The Elastic Man was gonna be saved. Ralph. I predicted that he was gonna come back. I was like, wait a minute. They haven't killed his body yet. All the other characters, their body's dead. But Ralph's body is still being used. I was like, I bet you that somehow they're gonna save Ralph. Which I was like, yes, thank God. He was such a great addition to the show. I loved Ralph. I still do. I hope he stays on for the rest of his time, or maybe he goes into the Legends of Tomorrow and becomes the best character. Because I think he's more interesting than all the characters on Legends of Tomorrow. So, but that's except maybe Rip Hunter. That's another video. But anyways, so I loved it. The season finale was awesome. Really great. Makes me excited for the next season. Although I have a feeling like they're just gonna do what they did in season 3 with Flashpoint, like immediately solve it within the first episode, and then get on to the real big bad of the season. I'm just like, can we draw this out like at least a few episodes? Flashpoint is a huge deal to the Flash, but you made it like one episode, and it was super easy for him to decide. Like, I want to see him struggle. But oh well. Yeah, it is what it is. I'm hoping. I don't want them to take too long to get to the villain. I want them to struggle a little bit with the decisions that they make, rather than just quick fix and on to the next problem. But that's my biggest critique, because I love the Flash. It's great. It's a lot of fun. It's lighthearted. It's funny, which is what Green Arrow is supposed to be. Funny, sarcastic, lighthearted, even in the midst of the darkness. So, whatever. I'm not going to get on that tangent again. I already did a video. If you haven't seen that, I'll link that in the description. Green Arrow. Why I don't think the Arrow gets Green Arrow right. But I still enjoy the show. I need to watch that finale, and as soon as I do, I'll do a video on it. But yeah, so Flash season finale was awesome. If you haven't watched it, go watch it. I imagine it'll be on Netflix before too long, and you'll be able to watch it. Well, I say for free, but it costs money. But yeah, so really great. Season 4 has been awesome. The Thinker, I loved all the minor villains that they had. I think my favorite, like I said, was the lady, the country singer. That episode was excellent. But I also enjoyed the one where they had the lady who had luck. So that was really cool. I liked her character. I was really sad to see her go, and some of the other villains were fun. What I want is more Trickster, because I love Mark Hamill. I want more Trickster, and I want the original Captain Cold back. Can we do those? That would be awesome. The good Captain Cold just isn't interesting. Like, he's neutered compared to his old one. Like, there's no. He tries to play it off like he's this kind of bad guy that's good, but he's good. Like, I mean, I like some of his interactions with the characters. I think that's good. I don't like him on Legends, but I liked him on the Flash. So when he comes to the Flash, I think he's okay. Because I like how he encourages them. So I thought it was a cool idea to have a different version of him, but I want the original back, because that he was the strongest character in the Legends and they got rid of him. I was like, what? I'm sure it's the actor probably getting too busy, because he's such a good actor. Him and Heatwave as well. Both of those guys. Rory. Oh man, both of those guys were the best part of Legends, and then they got rid of them. And Rory's still one of my favorite parts, but I want the Captain Cold in season 5. I want Captain Cold back. use timey-wimey stuff. You can do it. You'll figure it out. And then I want more Trickster. Obviously, we'll get that. I want to see a better Mirror Master. Like, give me the costume and everything. I want a silly Mirror Master. That'd be great. So yeah, I think that's about it. Those are the 3 things I want for this season. And I want Gorilla Grodd. There we go. There's another. Gorilla Grodd. So, Trickster, more Trickster. I know Mark Hamill's busy, but he's dead now in Star Wars, so he can come. He can come back. He has a lot more time, right? And then want more Captain Cold, the original version. I want a better Mirror Master than we've gotten. I want Gorilla Grodd, and then what else I want? I want an interesting villain that's not Speed Force based. So you've given us 3 Speed Force guys. Give us someone interesting, like, and this will be it because this is getting longer than I thought it would be. One of the best things that Era did was have villains that had powers, and or villains that were different powered than Era. So I enjoyed the latest villain in Arrow, but I knew that Oliver Queen would beat him. But you know that Merlin, that Deathstroke, and that Ra's al Ghul, they can be Arrow in a fight without any problems, because they're way better. Arrow is not better than they are. He might beat them in the end because he has to, but they're probably more powerful than he is. And so you really had no idea who was going to win. This latest, you're like, yeah, Arrow's going to win. The other guy cheats, but Arrow's going to win. You know, definitely in a fight 1-on-1, Arrow beats him. So, but when they added Damien Dark, that was excellent, because there's no way. It's like, how in the world do you beat this guy? Because he's got magic, and it's just, he's so far above Arrow. And anyways, so I love it when the heroes have to fight something that's not just like them. So it's not just a matter of Barry getting fast enough to beat him. It's a matter of which I like the Thinker, because he had to outthink him. Running fast wasn't the solution in this season. Another good episode, by the way, is the one with the time stop. There's a lot of good episodes in this season of The Flash. Is the one with the bomb, where it all takes place in like a matter of seconds. Awesome. But I like when the superhero is challenged by somebody with different powers, because that way they have to grow. They have to learn to overcome their weaknesses. So it's not just a matter of him not being faster than Zoom or Savitar, which he's not, which he will probably eventually somehow figure a way to become. So it's less him, Arrow getting stronger or Barry getting faster. They have to find other ways to beat the hero or beat the villain. So I love that. I think that's really great, because you can really just have your villain OP'd just like the Thinker was, and then they just have to find a way to overcome their deficiencies. So, other than just getting stronger or faster. Anyways, one last thought. Only other problem I had with the show is I felt like the Thinker did too much. And what I mean by that is I felt like the Thinker moved around and did too much. I wanted to see him in the chair the whole time, and I wanted to see him just in the background. So I feel like the Thinker is a lot like Lex Luthor, in that he just sits in the background and plays chess, and against the hero, and the hero is running around. He's not actually able to get to the Thinker, because all he can do is fight the pawns, and so all these pawns are in his way, and he hasn't figured out how to get past all the pawns on the table and get to the thinker, because the thinker is just sitting there being super brilliant and moving everything around in the way that he needs it to be, whereas Barry Allen's running around and he's facing all these traps and all these pawns that he's throwing in his way, and trying to stop the diabolical plan, and at the same time. And so I felt like he was too active, but I enjoyed it. It was fun. It was fun. So I'm guessing that since Ralph took over his body, that he lost all those other powers. But I don't know. I don't know. But anyways, let me know what you thought if you saw it. If you haven't, what do you think about my thoughts on the Thinker and all that, or any of the other things I said? And leave me a comment. Let me know. And I'll catch you next time. Peace.